Hi everybody, today we'll be looking at Lookup Tables, tutorial 10. Now, we just come off doing quite a difficult exercise earlier on pivot tables. Lookup tables are a little bit easier to understand and apply, which is good news. In order to do this exercise, we need to understand a few concepts, and I'll cover that as I work through this. First things first, let's create a new worksheet. Now, there's two types of lookup tables. There's VLOOKUP tables, which refers to looking up information within a table whereby the information is stored vertically, and I'll explain that in a moment. And secondly, you've got HLOOKUP. So it's the same concept, although the information within the table is looked up via horizontal rows as opposed to vertical columns. In this example, we're going to be looking at VLOOKUP, so vertical columns. So first things first, let's put a title in and let's work through this. We're looking at a title called Sales Invoice. And I'm going to bold this, and I'm going to stretch it over the following cells by merging. Where's my merging? That's my alignment. Where's my merging? Here it is. Okay. So we've got A3. We want to put a heading called product number. And then we've got D1, G1, G2, R1, and B1. Spell mistakes there, didn't I? Okay, and I'm going to highlight or bold this information. So then we've got product name, unit price, those as well. Then we've got quantity, total invoice value. And in C11, we're going to put our table. So we're going to have product number, product name, sell price, and then we've got D1, G1, G2, R1, W1. Give them some names. So widgets, gadgets, widgets, 2, widgets, widgets. Right. Sell price $10, $10, $12, $15, $8, $20. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to format these cells by highlighting, right-clicking, going to format cells, and I'm going to make them currencies to decimal points, and I am going to bold that and bold So our information in our table, this is our lookup table, is stored as follows. So when we define these cells, it's going to look up D1 and it's going to work across vertically. So it's going to look up D1 and then it's going to look vertically to see what D1's name is. And it's also going to then look vertically to find what the sell price is. If it was horizontal, we would have our D1, G2, G3, and so forth up here, and then the information that relates to each of these products down this way. So when we define this, we'll be using HLOOKUP, because what it will be doing is it will be horizontally looking down to find the information that we are seeking. In this instance, we're going to be using vertical lookup because it's looking up the information for each product number vertically. So when you type in G1 in our formula, it will look at the information for G1 in the next column over here, vertically, and so forth, in the unit price. So that's the difference between the vertical and horizontal, or H or VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. We're going to see how this unfolds in a moment. So once we've done that, we want to now define the cells. This is quite important. So we want to select the cells C12 to E16. We don't have any cells in E16. And I made a bit of a boo-boo here. I'm going to quickly fix this up just so that it corresponds with our exercise. So that's how it should be. So what we want to do is I should have entered those cells in starting in column C. Okay. So now if I come back over to here, I'm going to select the same cell range from C12 to E16 as follows. And now I'm going to go to my Formulas tab. I'm going to go to Definitions. Formulas tab, define groups. Groups over here, so I'm going to go to Define Definition Manager. I'm going to give it a name. So this one's going to be called Define Name. And I've got my cell reference here in a name product. Okay, so we want to actually name that product rather than define name group, I've just been told. So we click on OK now. So what that's done is it has defined this table of information, and we've referred to this table as product. You'll see that. So you'll see it unfold in a moment when we put the formula in. Okay, so now in cell B4 over here, we're going to put a formula in. Formula is going to go as follows: equals VLOOKUP, open brackets, cell B3. So this formula is as follows. The formula itself is a VLOOKUP formula. It's going to be looking for the information in our B3 cell, which in this instance it's B1, and we want to have a look at the table that has been defined as products, which is what we did a moment ago, and as you can see here, in red, it's highlighted the table it refers to, and we want to look up or give us the result of the information in our vertical 2, which is the second column in our table. That's what the 2 refers to. So what this is going to do, it's going to look up the table. It's going to go, okay, B1 is here. That's what I'm looking for. I found it. And I'm going to give you the information that refers to B1 in the second column. That's what this refers to. I'm going to close the bracket now, hit OK. And as you can see here, digits refers to B1. So if I now click here and move this formula across my cell range, you can see here that the formula has remained the same, but the cells have changed relative to its position. G1 refers to gadgets, G2 refers to digits, and so forth. So that's how that should unfold. Now we're going to look at another type of VLOOKUP example. Exercise step 3 it's got here. So B5, we're going to go equals VLOOKUP, open brackets. Now this time round, we're looking up information in B3. So once again, it's product definition code, product number. And once again, we're looking at our table which has been defined as products. In this instance, we're going to be giving a result from our third column, which is, in this instance, our sell price. So D1, sell price is 10. Okay, so that's correct. I'm going to just define these cells to make them currency. And now if I grab that formula and drag it across, you can see here, for example, G1 sell price is $20. So the VLOOKUP formula is looking up the information vertically and giving you the result. So I'm just going to show you something quickly here. If I was to change this to 1, it looks up and gives you the information in the first row as follows, which obviously doesn't defeat a purpose. But I thought I'd just show you the importance of this digit at the end. Okay, that's that part. Now let's have a look at how this would apply if we're using this in a sales invoice. So let's assume here that let's put a formula in to B8 first. The formula is going to be B5 times B7. So B5 is a unit price times the quantity that we have. Okay, so that's my formula. Now what will happen, let's assume here that a customer walks in and they purchase from us 2,000 W1s. If we type in 2,000 here, that didn't work the way I wanted it to work. Let me have a look. let's try something else. If I type 600 in here, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's start again. Okay, so let's try again. So I'm going to put the formula in again. Okay. Okay, so that did work out. So essentially, all you have to do, assuming here that you're using this sales invoice, customer walks in, for example, and they purchase from you, in this example, 200 W1s. You go over to the column which refers to W1, and you put in how much they purchased. In this instance, it's 2,000. And what that does is automatically, over here, the total invoice value looks up the 2,000 and multiplies that with W5 to 777. It multiplies that with your unit price. So that's how that unfolds. So if we just work through D1 to 600, so where's D1 over here with 600? G2 there's 800, quantities sold, and R1 quantities sold is 5,700. Like that. That's how VLOOKUP tables can be used in a sales invoice. Thank you for listening.